Hey everyone! So today is the day. This is the day when I take the CPACC exam. You guys, my heart is beating so fast. I am just so nervous. I get so nervous. I'm not good at exams, but I'm gonna do my best and I'm gonna pass the exam because I am ready and I know my stuff. I'm just gonna take some deep breaths. I've been taking it easy today and last night to make sure that I'm not super anxious and that I feel good.
My name is Angela and I'm a visually impaired designer.
So I'm all set up for the exam. I'm logged in. I have my external webcam set up, which you have to have if you take the exam. Note that. And you also have to download some software and take an image. And that's all done on the website where you take the exam. Now I am taking it on a website that is a third-party vendor who does it for the IAAP because I'm doing it virtually online. And then that way they can watch you and make sure you're not cheating and stuff. So it's different if you do it in other ways. But I'm doing it through Keratin. And so, yeah, I have all those steps done. I should be good to go as soon as I get back from the chiropractor. So, wish me luck. You guys, this is actually really happening. It feels unreal. Okay, update. The exam is over. It's over. I did it. I took the CPACC exam. This is something I've been thinking about for 2 years now, and it feels so weird that it's finally over. I'm not sure what to do with myself tonight. Just take a deep breath. It's okay. Woo! I've studied so much and dedicated all my free time to this exam. It's gonna feel so weird to have like so much more free time this weekend, which obviously I'm gonna love. Always love some good free time. I have some more things coming up that I will have to start doing now, but it's gonna feel weird to not study every night. Now let me tell you about my experience taking the exam. The exam was exactly what I expected and also not what I expected. Let me explain. So I personally have never taken an exam that's proctored online, so I was nervous about how that was going to work out. It said on the webpage that you needed an external webcam, and I don't have one, so I borrowed a friend's, and I was frantically trying to figure out how to make that work today. Luckily, I was smart and tried to use it a couple of hours before the exam, but it was not really working for me. But then I finally got it to work on my computer, and I was like, great, this is all set up, it's working great. And then partway through the exam, I get this message that says, your exam has been paused. And I was like, what the heck? And of course, I'm like so nervous and just on edge because it was the beginning of the exam and I was just like, okay, we can do this. And then it paused on me, and then this chat came up where they're like, hey, we can't actually see you through your camera, something's wrong with your camera. And so then I had to restart my computer, reboot it, and they're like, go to this link when you're done. And I copied it so I could just paste it when it was done, but it didn't work. And so I had no idea how to get back into the exam, and it was very stressful because I was already stressed out, right? I had signed up for this exam time, and you have to take it at that time or else you lose out. You don't get to take it and you lose your money, which losing $500, not something I want to do. So then I was able to Google their website and then go to the chat support, and someone was thankfully able to help me and get me back into my exam. After we tried to troubleshoot some stuff, they had me restart my computer and whatnot. And luckily, when I went back in, my camera was working. And then after like 5 minutes or less, it paused it again. And I was like, why is this happening again? And I was just so like trying to keep myself together because I was like, this isn't gonna work. I just need to get through this exam. But then apparently it's like standard for someone to talk to you once you've started the exam at the beginning and be like, hey, these are like what you can have. So they were like, you can have a pen and you can have 5 pieces of blank paper. And then they had me show them the paper, it was so weird because I couldn't see them, but they could see me, and the only way they could communicate with me was through the chat. It was interesting. Then after that, finally, after they gave me my questions and explained all the rules and boundaries, I finally was put back into the exam and I was able to take the exam. So they give you 120 minutes or 2 hours to finish the exam. So because the exam was timed for 2 hours, I was like, I'm just gonna go at my own pace. Hopefully this is enough time for me to finish the exam. And I was at a pretty good pace. There were some questions where I had to stare at that question for like 5 minutes because I was like, it could be this one or this one, and I had eliminated it down to 1 or 2 for the options, and I was like, they're trying to distract me. I'm not 100% sure. I'm second guessing myself. And then there was some questions that I knew in like 2 seconds. I was like, oh, this is such an easy question. So it kind of balanced out where the majority of the questions were a lot faster, and so it made it so that the exam went faster than I normally would be at taking a test. Usually I'm like the last person to finish a test. So I was happy to see that I was able to finish it in 98 minutes. And those 98 minutes include me reviewing the questions that I was feeling kind of iffy or unsure about. So of the 100 questions, you can click on this thing that says I want to review it at the end, which is a nice feature to use because then it starred the ones that I wanted to re-look over and pick my final answer for them. And so of the 100, I marked 30, so that's a third of them that I want to re-review them. And some of them, I felt like I knew the answer. I was pretty like 80 to 90% sure I had the correct answer. But if I had extra time, then I wanted to review them and take my time to make sure that I had the right answer. So I'd say about 50%, more like 75% of the ones that I wanted to review, I kept the same answer that I originally had put. Your gut response is going to be pretty good. There was a handful of questions though that I ended up changing my answer, and some of them I know in the end I changed it to the correct answer or what I think is the correct answer. And some of them I'm just like, well, maybe I changed it to the wrong thing and it was on the right thing. I don't know, but I just did whatever I thought was best and what made the most sense, and I tried to analyze and pull apart the questions. There was definitely questions on this test that I didn't study or I didn't know anything about. They just provide an outline of the topics to study and they don't give you details about what you need to learn, and so there ended up being some that I didn't know anything about. It wasn't a ton, but oh, those questions were stressful. And I'm sure I got some of them wrong. Hopefully I did a good job. Hopefully I passed the exam. It said at the end that I won't find out for 4 to 6 weeks, which feels like such a long time. And I don't want to have to wait that long to know if I passed. I feel like I did a decent job. There was definitely a good amount of questions that I know for sure I got right. And then some that I was like, So we'll see. I don't even know what's considered passing. It didn't say like what percentage of the questions you had to get right in order to be considered a pass. So we're just gonna have to wait this one out and see if I pass the exam. But all in all, this day turned out as good as it could. It was best case scenario. My cute friend, she came and surprised me with some cookies after my exam to celebrate me finishing my exam, and that just made me happy that she knew I was super stressed out about this and she took the time to help relieve some stress and to spend some time with me after. So that was nice. Thank you so much to everyone. I feel so much support and love from you all. I had so many people reaching out to wish me good luck on this exam, and it was just such a boost of confidence going into the exam, and it felt so good to have so much support around me. You guys are the best, and I'm so grateful for all your love and support. I will definitely be keeping you up to date on the results of my exam, but if you want to subscribe to my channel below, that way you won't miss whether I passed or failed. I hope that you all have a fantastic week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! I did it, you guys. I'm done. There's just one last thing to do, and that's to cross off the exam day on my chart. This is exciting. Cross it off. I think I'm gonna leave this chart up on my wall for a little while just to remind me what I accomplished. Maybe I'll keep it up until I get my results back. Okay, bye. For reals this time.